Well, Tammy, why don't you tell us about how you first ended up at Sons of the Wind?
My daughter brought me to Sons of the Wind, actually. She was wrapping up her eventing career,
Okay.
and she needed to develop her dressage. And we were living in Northampton, New Hampshire at the time. Vitor was here, so we came down and introduced ourselves. At that point, you were doing working student programs, and so Kayla had a few lessons, and we signed her up as a working student over the summers.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Do you remember meeting Tammy and Kayla for the first time?
I do. Actually, I do. I remember Kayla, and actually it was looked like it was yesterday, but time flies. A few years ago, I'm in Columbus, Ohio, and we're doing the Equine Fair there, and I had this young lady coming up to me, Vitor, you remember me? Obviously, when she came in as a working student, she was a kid.
Yeah.
Now she's with a baby.
Oh my God.
So it's like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
Then it's interesting how time loops around and comes around. Yeah.
That's amazing. Well, I think it goes back to the family and community that you've built
Yes.
here, and I think you've experienced that. Tell us a little bit about your role here at Sons of the Wind and how you fit in.
So in 2020, I retired a horse, and I wasn't far from Vitor in Florida. So I reached out and said, I really want to work on my riding now. It's my turn. And Maggie was gracious enough to fit me into the program here and there. And it evolved over time. I had a wonderful time. I learned so much. And then there was, you and Maggie went to Portugal or Brazil, I think. And I was left overseeing the grooms. And I was asked if I would give the grooms their lessons while they were away.
Okay.
So I love to teach.
Yeah.
Absolutely love to teach. And I took a quick video clip and sent it to them. Vitor came back and he says, would you like to teach? I said, I would love to teach. And he helped me the first year to understand the system and how to work with more than one person at a time. And I've loved every minute ever since.
That's very
So Tammy's a natural teacher. She absolutely loves to teach. And sometimes she loves it so much she gets involved. So she puts just as many miles as going around the arena. I said, stop, Tammy, because actually she's doing the emotion, the movement herself. She's a natural teacher and she loves to teach. It brings actually a whole fresh air to the program, because people come with different experiences, different needs. And obviously I'm accustomed to do this day in and day out. And she's methodically, and she takes the time to how to turn with the rein, how to use that. Some of the stuff that like I go a little bit faster, and she takes the time to explain it, which makes it more attentive to those riders. So she does more justice to them than I do, because she really invests herself into it.
That's amazing. How has your role as an instructor influenced your riding?
You can only grow as a rider in trying to share information with people. When you're on the ground and you're observing people and how they're interacting with the horses and how the horses are interacting with the people. And you learn every time I'm trying to help somebody understand. I'm watching the horse interact with the person in the saddle and learning myself as well.
And how has her teaching influenced her as a student of yours?
As I observe, you're starting to see basically what we implemented, the basics. As we trying to instruct, and I went through that myself. I thought that I had horses schooled, and basically you set them up there, and it's like, okay, right. It doesn't work that way. And now, fundamentally, how she basically been spending the time trying to feel, to understand those basics, and now how do you transmit to the student what you feel? Because that is why the whole thing, I mean, you could be a good rider, but you're not a good instructor. You could be a good instructor, but not necessarily be a good rider. So all of these, in my opinion, you have to know your skill set before you starting to pass on. Obviously, there is different layers, there is different levels. And until we don't know that, we don't know how to break it apart. And well, we all can teach a lesson somewhat somehow, but fundamentally for you to know that, you got to live it. In my case, I mean, a lot of times people ask, oh, you're a good teacher. I don't think I am a good teacher. I think that I know my skill really well, and because I know my skill really well, I can simplify it super easy so that I can transmit to people. So that's the simplification of skill, the understanding of skill, not because I'm a good teacher, because genuine I'm a good teacher. No, it's because you learn your skill, you know what needs to be done. As you know to be done, well, by the way, you don't need to say much. You do touch this, you do that, and here you are, you have your horse balance or whatever the issue is.
And for me, learning, Vitor is such a huge resource. If I'm stuck, I just turn to him and say, I really don't know where to go from here. And he'll say, this is what you need to. And it always comes back to the principles, always comes back to the basics.
Yeah.
We always start at A. And he's helped me really understand the basics and the principles.
Going back into the instruction, sometimes I see Tammy schooling somebody if I happen to be in the arena at the same time as Tammy. Come here.
Yes.
Approach this way, approach that way.
And
because there is no wrong way of teaching. It's sometimes what we're teaching is just not working. So we have to scale back.
Right.
It's not, there is no wrong way. It's only a wrong way if we continue pressing it. But if you analyze it and you repeat it, so that is the issue sometimes when you're a clinician. So you are in a confrontation of, you might have a crowd, and you put yourself in a situation and the student in a situation that cannot get out of it. So then it's going to be only one loser. Well, or I'm going to yell to the student because it's not capable of doing what I'm asking to do because I'm very good. So you had changed the plan, and this way you analyze what's the situation of the horse, what's the situation of the student, so that you can combine. Sometimes the horse needs more attention than the rider at that particular moment, or you pay more attention to the rider because in order to help the horse, then you blend it in. Don't put yourself in a situation that student cannot come out. Because then obviously it's our fault, because we are the person that's supposed to be thinking for the
It's really looking at it and finding what is the one thing I want to get across, and how can I set it up for success.
Yeah, that's amazing. So speaking of success, what are some of your current goals or measures of success? What are you working towards?
I did ride last year in competition for the first time in a very long time. Had a blast. Rode, got my scores for 4th level 3, 1 score at Pre St. George, first time out, did great. And it's just not my priority, but I'm only 1 score away from my silver. Just not my priority. I loved the learning, the process, the opportunity presented itself, so I took it. But I wanted to learn, hence buying Querbim. I wanted to learn more of the young horse side because I ride all the schoolmasters. And I've learned a tremendous amount, but there's that one piece that I want to go back and refine and learn that skill set.
So speaking of, tell me a little bit about Querbim, and I want to hear about the young horse process because
you need to ask the master about the young horse process.
Well,
I am learning that piece myself.
But what is so cool though, and what having spent time with you, is the collaborative nature with you and all of your clients, all of your students, anybody who is in your orbit. And so I want to hear about how he came into your life and sort of what the plans are next for Querbim.
Actually, it was very interesting. I'm going to step in here. Because Tammy, she sent, obviously, a message to Maggie, and then obviously we perceived that she wanted a horse one way or another. And actually, I did present a horse that could do the stuff, most of everything. And it was fine. And she rode the horse, and then she went home and processed it a little bit. And she says, Vitor, can I have the other one? And actually, with a lot less school, a lot less school, with a lot more work, but that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
And obviously, that's what she got.
Yeah.
So what made him a good match, even though he is less schooled? I want to hear from you as the trainer why you thought it was a good match.
Well, for
her.
Tammy, anything is a match.
Okay.
Okay, it's only, then it becomes a match, how much do I want? A level of competitive spirit, feeling, more a horse that's more in front of the leg, less in front of the leg, more willing or not willing. Because she's good enough that anything is a match. So now, when they're going back into the young horse, so which is a lot of people, what they have, the missing piece. Because the young horse, you got to train him like that is your Grand Prix horse. And your Grand Prix horse, you got to train him like the young horse. So what do I mean by that? So if that young horse, you don't school him fundamentally thinking of Grand Prix, you're not going to make Grand Prix. Because the day you put the foot on a stirrup, that is one thing you got to put it in your mind. Don't slow this horse down. Give him the freedom for them to develop movement, because everything in dressage is movement. So when you slow horses down, draw reins, side reins and all of that, you're going to slow the horse down. So if you don't slow a horse down, you're not going to have good transitions, you're not going to have the horse in front of the leg. But everybody wants control. I mean, having a young horse with all the amplitude of movement, all of a sudden, that's why we see in here, you have the dressage community, which is supposed to be the thinkers, the professors of equestrian art in all sports. Now they put a cowboy. Okay, so the cowboy mentality, I think it's phenomenal. It's great because after 1 week, the horse is on a stall, or used to be, is on payroll, has to go to work. So they don't have the time to go in circles like we do to balance, to be perfect one way or another. It's a whole different mentality. But dressage, the mentality, still movement. So, and you gotta build that nerve to let that horse go forward. To balance a horse young, it's easy to balance a horse that already, put the leg more bend, more less bend and whatnot. That's a little bit easier. Now, that work, that's gonna create the basis of development of the horse, that when you're gonna ride that Grand Prix horse, so that you're just not gonna be pulling on him or holding on him, you're gonna create movement. Create movement, because from the day one, that's what you learn how to put on a horse. Create movement when you get on your Grand Prix horse. Because you have a full bridle doesn't give you the lessons to be riding him on the mouth. You still have to ride him from behind. So that was her thought, and a good one that I'll support it. And obviously she has our support to develop, not to allow mistakes, because we start early, anywhere between 12 to 14 horses that we always on development that we follow. And I think it's great for her, because that's the piece that she needs, because doing piaffe, passage, lead changes, doing all of these things, she already knows how to do that. It's bring them all along that can enhance those.
And why was this one special to you? Why did you think he was?
The first day that Vitor walked me through the barn to show me the horses that I could pick from, he walked me into the stall, and I just had an immediate gut reaction to him. I said, this horse is special. This horse is special. And I actually remember saying to Maggie, going home and texting her, and I hope that horse stays in the barn. I'd really love to see that horse come up through the program.
Well, you made sure of it.
So I did.
And actually, very interesting, because it's a horse that I would not recommend for most people because of the stage that the horse is. He will be, obviously, for Tammy, it's okay because she can do it.
I have the support here. I would not want to attempt that on my own. I'm not ready for that. But I have the whole support here to educate me and help me.
So tell me more about the support system that you have here. What does that look like, maybe on a daily basis or a weekly basis, making everything work for you and this young horse?
So everything here comes with, it's full board. So the horse is perfectly cared for when I'm not here. I don't lose any sleep at night worrying about anything. Vitor has assistant riders, am I using the right term? That school the horse when I'm not here. So the horse is getting a really good foundation on going forward, freely forward. so that when I have my time with him or I'm on him and I might get a little nervous, or the horse isn't going to overreact. So I have my little moments. Vitor helps talk me through that. We get forward in front of the leg. The horse is reaching, starting to open up. But if he didn't have the young men working the horse in between my rides, it wouldn't be a good recipe.
The young man that are the assistants. So basically, this is people that probably one has been working with us for 10 years and the other one's been working for 20 years. So it's people that are accustomed to ride the young horses. They do this. It's not a working student. It's their job. They take pride in their job and doing good in their job. Their ambition is not to compete or to do anything. It's just to do the right thing. So in other words, it's people that take pride on the work that they do on a daily basis. Like everybody else, always trying to progress, always, because basically every morning I'm in here working with them, do this, do that. So that is always, we work on a group. Now, as Tammy, so let's see, like on a young horse, because basically part of her life, take contact, take the reins and so forth, and you're going to go on a young horse, you want to put the head down and let's go. No, it doesn't happen that way, because the horse coming into the bit is coming from behind, it's not from the front. So a little times we have, no, Tammy, just let go with this way, let go the other way.
Again, old lady nerves, right?
Old lady, Tammy.
I am.
That makes me Asian.
No, you're only a year older than I am. So, but again, I have human fears that can get the better of me, and hence I'm in the perfect place for this horse to be brought along and for me to experience bringing the horse along and learn to bring the horse along, and I'll be the first to say that that's not something I could do on my own.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So what are you most looking forward to on this new journey with your young horse?
Just every day, just watching him change. I'm going to keep an album of pictures of him so I can see how he changes his shape, because he'll get muscles and he'll fill out, and it's amazing to watch them change.
Yeah.
So I look forward to that. I just look forward to the everyday process of learning and watching this horse grow and develop, because I think he's going to be very special.
Actually, it's very interesting. Just a little while ago, before this, Tammy was making an attempt to work the horse in hand, which is something that we do. So then I saw it, then I call her attention. I says, Tammy, go get the lunging cavison and start working that way. That is all of these little things that we become an equestrian because it's a trial and error. None of us are born knowing it, because my opinion, still 10% is talent, the rest is dedication. But it's a pleasure working with someone that wants to do it. And when they wants to do it, and if somebody says, lead the way, then all of a sudden things starts compiling, and coming together.
Yeah. Progress is made.
I love that. Well, are there any parting thoughts or anything else that you want to share?
No, I'm just truly blessed to be in this situation in my life at this time, for sure. Very happy.
And for us, it's a pleasure to have Tammy, because she part of the family. She helps me and Maggie and everybody else immensely. It's just a pleasure to have people that, what makes us who we are, it's people. Yeah. Without people, we are just another barn. And having people that basically put the pride in joy, and when we look back, that's the beauty of having this whole place.
Absolutely.
You've done a beautiful job
Tammy.
curating
Thank
that.
you.
So.